Hey Capricorn, this is Perrymore Tarot's daily reading for September 9th, 2024. This is for Capricorn. Last shuffle for Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. So Capricorn, we have letting go and we have optimism. So this tells me that it's time to let go of something and be optimistic that if you let it go, that everything is going to be okay. There's a need to see the bounties around you, to see the opportunity around you, to see all the abundance. Something is keeping you from seeing it. And it's mostly this a victim mentality. It's mostly about the things, the new things you may have to do, the busyness, how busy you are. Um, this may be interfering with how you see things. It's preventing you from being able to sit back and really take into account all the things you have. They're telling me that this is, and don't quote me, and I'm not trying to be, it's not literal. This is more figurative. They're saying this is going to be the death of you. And I'm like, oh gosh, I have to say it and I don't want to. But it's more so the figurative one, right? Like not the literal. For some of you, maybe, right? But I don't think that's it. They're not giving me that. They're giving me that it's causing you to see things from a very pessimistic view, and it's just dimming your spirit. So the Queen of Cups is speaking about your level of openness and acceptance, right? Being able to see, it's like you can't help but love some things that are in your life. Maybe not all, but some things. You can't help but love them, love those things. And they're trying to inspire you to see that, okay? With the Queen of Cups, especially this particular Queen of Cups, the lotus is glowing. You know what I mean? There's nothing but it's dreamy, okay? And so we have letting go here with the Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, Five of Pentacles, King of Wands, letting go of this struggle and feeling as though you're less than or don't have enough, or it's not, something's not quite there. um, Feeling like you're in a deficit all the time, you know what I mean? Like you're always in the negative. Like it's not even, we're always in the red. And you got to let go of this, right? This is telling me that there's new things that are cropping up you have to take control of, but you may feel like you have to control everything. And the only reason why I say that is because the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, along with all of this, is giving off this impression that you have got to act on what you're feeling right away. And a lot of what you may feel is struggling between saying, I'm almost where I need to be, and why is this happening to me all the time? Why do I always have to do? Why am I always da 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 da? You may feel like you're always doing things and just, oh my God, why do I always have to? And they're saying that you've got to let go of just the that urge to embrace that energy in general and be open and love everything, because love is it's the highest vibration of all, right? Because this is poison, to be honest with you. A victim mentality and a lack mentality along with a struggle mentality, that's what this is all saying to me. And so they're saying you got to let this go. You've got to, you know everything gets in the way of things that cannot be replaced, which is the things you love in your life and the people you love in your life. Everything gets in the way of the replaceable things get in the way of the things that can't be replaced, because they're saying you got to let go of that lack. And lack, you know putting your worth into things is in that energy, is what they're saying, because you feel busy. You're so busy trying to be successful that you don't see that you are successful with this here. And Three of Wands and the Eight of Wands with optimism is saying, I'm it's like you're taking your pick, right? You're stepping back and you're looking at all these amazing things, and then you're taking action. You're planning this action. You're like, you know what I can do, because it's so amazing. I could sit here and enjoy it, or I could sit here and um, pour love into it, right? No matter what it is. Like, oh my gosh, every time I turn around, there's Cheerios in my couch. It's like instead of being like, ugh, every time, it's like, oh my gosh, look at this. Funny, laughing about it. You know, um, I know how that sounds. I do. But there's plenty of people. They're saying be optimistic that when it's your turn, it's definitely, I mean, it's like full speed ahead, which is, your turn could be many things. Everybody's always like, when it's my turn, when is it my turn? And they're throwing out here that it is your turn already. It's your turn to choose to see how beautiful things are for you. The beautiful parts. It may, it may not all be beautiful, but there's things. Like I said, there was this meme that was going around one time, and I literally needed it. I really did. And they were like, dishes in the sink means that there's full bellies. People, you know, there's full bellies, right? Um, Dirty clothes means you have things to do and people and places to go, because you're putting on clothes to go places. You know what I mean? It's just amazing. That some of the things that were said, I can't remember all of it. However it goes, Spirit must have brought that up for me to impart that upon you. So great achievement is the Five of Pentacles and King of Swords, and this is speaking a lot about how you may realize that you have gained so much knowledge, so much intelligence, so much wisdom from having less. So this would be saying that necessity is the mother and father of um, all invention. You know what I mean? So you're it's necessary, it's needed. Uh, we don't have certain things, right? Desperation, a lot of times, well, desperation is extreme, but needing something, being hungry is the mother of invention in a sense, right? You're hungry and you're putting things together you never thought would taste good, and then you find that it's delicious, and now you can't have that without that, and there's a lot of things here where the great achievement is sitting back going, what did I learn from all this stuff? What knowledge have I gained and kept within my spirit, based on like the things I needed. Maybe you couldn't get an oil change, so you learned how to change your own freaking oil. And the beautiful thing, right? It's beautiful to have that knowledge. So, new beginnings is Empress and Knight of Cups, and so these new beginnings are it's a cycle that is saying that you may be speaking to yourself, and I would say regal things to myself. Okay, when this comes out, this is saying that this is a new experience for you, or it's a new day now. Today is a day to start saying positive things to yourself. um you know what I mean? Like, the best thing that you could probably say is, I'm in perfect balance. You know what I mean? I go with the flow, and I feel the connection to the stream of life. I feel I feel my connection to the stream of life. Um, you could say things like that to yourself, and whenever you start to feel like, why me? Whenever you start to struggle with, um, to yeah, you might struggle with feeling like you must fight or defend yourself. You may feel like you need to close up when spirit is asking you to be open, to imagine your life being one of like adventure and wonder, or imagining that you ended up becoming so much smarter because of the struggles you went through. Struggle really does. I mean, there's the only okay. I always say this, and I'm stuttering now, right? But um, there's no real true purpose for trauma and toxicity, right? But what these higher beings do, what spirit does, what your higher self does, what your angels do, what all of these beautiful spiritual teams and spiritual families do for us, is to transmute these things, right? And it's like it transmutes into something positive. What it's turned into is knowledge, right? And who knows, that may have been your contract before you came here. Hey, I want to gain all the knowledge of all things. And spirit's like, okay, well, you got to go through some trials. So you don't know, right? But for this to be here, This tells me the great achievement is that you are so much more intelligent. You have intelligence that'll be passed down for generations. They'll hail you as someone who's like, oh, grandmom and granddad or great grandmom and great granddad was, they showed me how to do this. You may have a whole bunch, like generations patent down the line, are doing things out of just love of life because you showed them something, because you've learned it from your struggles. You're supposed to let go of the actual struggle itself and take the energy of knowledge from it, the wisdom that you gain from it, nothing else, because none of that has power over you. And so they don't want you to feel like you're just busy, busy, busy. Life is just a constant state of fighting, or defending yourself, or getting beat down or anything like that. They want you to see that there's always a reason to be open. There's always something to love in your life, you know? So you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Libra. Beautiful. Those are the main signs. But we also have basically every sign except for another Capricorn or Virgo. So you could be in a Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, an Aquarius, Capricorn Aquarius cusp, or you could be dealing with an Aquarius Pisces cusp, Pisces Aries cusp, or an Aries Taurus cusp, Taurus Gemini cusp, Gemini Cancer cusp, Cancer Leo cusp, or Libra Scorpio cusp, Scorpio Sagittarius cusp. If you're not dealing with those signs, which you don't have to be, those signs could also be in your chart. If you'd like to book a personal reading with me, my links are on my page. Peace, love, and light. Take care.